Now, we all have met humans, and they are astonishingly random creatures sometimes, but a lot of things we do, which are ingrained into us, actually have evolved. So there will be evolutionary parts to almost everything we do. And I was wondering why the beta male, I don't like that word, but for the sake of clickbait and understanding, let's use it, why women should mate a non-dominant male who isn't a good fit with their immune system. So, hi, I'm Julia, and I want to take you along to think along about why women might, yeah, mate the not alpha male. Okay, this is a bit on the same lines of the homosexuality video I made a couple of times a while ago. Yeah, as I'm recording this, I don't know when this will air, so I made another video. It will appear somewhere, as, probably in the comments, because there's where you can find it when I've finished blabbering here. So I'm quite sure that there is a certain hygienic component to mating the non-dominant male, because the dominant male will have a lot of sex. He will have a lot of mates, and he will have a high sex drive. And having a high sex drive will mean that he probably will interact with other males in his sexuality, um, which leads to infections, which I mentioned in the other video, in the other think along. But also considering that women are fertile all year round, but only a couple of days in the month, we can be pretty sure that, I'm pretty sure that this, as I said, as you know, this is a think along. I'm just spewing ideas out there, and you get in on that. So yeah, in case I haven't mentioned that, this is not a concept. I'm not recommending anything. I'm just blabbering about things I've thought about and I'm not too certain about. And yeah, considering the structure and the complete loss of thread I've experienced here, I think I made my point. Getting back to the original point, yes. So women are only fertile for a couple of days per month. And when they are, their sex drive spikes. So in times when they are fertile, they will seek out sex, often even with other partners than their usual mate. So what we basically have here is an evolutionary mechanism that leads women to be unfaithful, and about 50% of the male population to be screwed, in the sense of that they will partner a woman who will not bear their genes, because yeah, when they get hot and into heat, or whatever the word is for women. I'm sorry that I don't know that, and a bit embarrassed, but well, here we are. So when women get fertile, they actually prefer a different type of man than they prefer in every other case. Um, especially when women get pregnant, they prefer people who are genetically close to them. So for example, their brothers or their fathers or their sons, whatever, people who are family. So and this makes sense, because if you retreat to family when you're pregnant, then um, you will be safe, because when you're already pregnant, you don't want to engage with a potentially aggressive other male you don't know, who is genetically speaking very different from you. You want people whom you know, whom you've grown up with, preferably, and who will protect you when it comes down to it. So there are so many. I think I'm so confused about this topic because there are so many points in it. Um, there's a social aspect, of course. Nobody likes to be left out, and we have kind of compassion for each other. So evolutionary speaking, 50% of males just get sieved. Just they don't procreate at all. They don't have mating success. On the other hand, there are a selected few who have insanely high mating success. I once heard somewhere, don't nail me down on the number, that I don't know, a considerable number of the Asian population has Genghis Khan somewhere in their lineage. So there are a few who have random children with random women. Women have, evolutionary speaking, much safer success. Women have some offspring. 50% of the males, aboutish 50% of the males, have no offspring. A very small number, like 1% or 2% or something, have a lot of offspring, and the rest has reasonable offspring success, Darwinianly speaking. So, and if you are compassionate with your fellow man, especially man, and I mean man really, then you might support, for political reasons actually, a system where each man gets at least one woman. Yeah, so that's a problem there. Monogamy is actually something to protect the evolutionary screwed guys. That's one thing I've been thinking about. The others are, oh, I think I forgot the others. Let's just stick with that that one for now. So monogamy is actually, oh no, I wanted to get back to why it would be beneficial for women to mate the non-dominant male, because they are, generally speaking, less aggressive, they are more caring, they are usually more yeah, more docile and safer to be around. And since women start to well, have only a couple of days per month, or per if they are not carrying a child, if so, the distance, of course, is much longer, the time distance. If they're not carrying or nursing a child, they actually prefer another type of male. So what I'm trying to get at is, it is safer for women to date someone who is, relatively speaking to themselves, not such a good genetic fit, because with this person you can have sex rather often, but when it counts, women will go off to have random one-night stands and passionate side steps in any case. And yeah, so as I said, I'm not really sure about the point I'm trying to make. I'm just trying to put that topic out there and hope for some engagement. So, like if you like, yeah, subscribe if you feel like it after this rambling, and please comment, because the think-alongs really live by your comments. And I think I had a wonderful sign-off, which I forgot now, and we will have to live with that. Maybe I'll use it in another video. Have a fun time, mate respectfully, and maybe rethink that monogamy thing, maybe, if you want to. Bye.